So, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. And today we're gonna have a look at my crawler build. This started as, the idea was to build a axial SCX 10 Gen 2 truck, but after checking the parts like the axle and front and back axle, the skid plate for the links, the transmission, and the servo mounts and so on, I actually figured out that the parts that I ordered for my truck was not axial, even it said so on eBay. But anyway, that's not the biggest deal. The axles are based on the company called TFL. They make a lot of real scale, really good scale RC cars with complete aluminium tubing and everything on the frame. The back cage here, I think, is from in Jora RC, if I'm not wrong. This is some probably B producer in from Asia. I don't remember if it was China or Japan, but yeah. And this is the cheapest body you can get on eBay. It's about $10-15. It can handle a lot. The plastic is a bit thicker than usual, but it breaks easily, like you see here. But anyway, yeah. So this is basically, it's a bit messy now, but I really figured it was an option upgrade for the axial when I was buying this transmission. Yeah, I couldn't. It fits exactly over the same holes, everything. The skid mount, everything is the same, but yeah, I just couldn't understand why it would. But then I started looking at the TFL kits on eBay. I noticed that they come with one of the kit. They come with a front-mounted motor and transfer case in the middle, and the axles going. Then, yeah, the drive shafts are going to the axle like usual. But they also have a second design with this transmission. Yeah. So, and I noticed that the only difference from these axles compared to the stock TFL is that on the stock TFL it's written with TFL on this flat side here. It will be written, but besides that it's exactly the same design. The servo is mounted on the same side, the links, everything. So the only thing I'm really not sure about are the shock mounts, because it just said axial. The framer the frame rails are also axial. The battery plate slash skid plate I have is some random producer I ordered from on eBay. But anyway, besides that, I am going to change the shocks because I wanted a car to sit low with a lot of flex. It does have okay with flex, I think. It's not too shabby. But yeah, it's okay. As you can see. The only thing I don't like with the back half cage is you get a really open, nasty space here. So it kind of looks stupid. So I've been talking to the guys I bought this set from. Yeah, we have been figuring out some ideas to actually make a new back half plate, just this part here, so we can actually mount it here, so when you open and close the body it will actually fit really nice, like and yeah, we're also thinking about putting or at least I'm gonna, because now my receiver is down here with all this mess, and I found out recently that my EC, even it says it was waterproof, it doesn't approve of water at all, but it still worked after drying it, no issues, so I'm gonna waterproof that again, but I'm also going to remove the fan and enclose the ESC in a 3D printed fuel cell box and put the receiver inside a separate sort of fuse box, relay box for all the, how should we say, for all the scale. Yeah, say if you're gonna build it scale, then try to do it properly. I'm gonna change the body to a hard body because I'm tired of breaking things. I used to have a hard body before. Yeah, you get scratches and you will break parts if you eventually fall down a cliff or something, but hey, that's just the RC life. And I'm gonna fix the front and everything. I have a friend of mine who's doing 3D printing. We're gonna weld this part up soon so it doesn't wiggle that much, and yeah, because I did buy the plow that you get for the axial SEX10 and Traxxas TRX4, and it comes with I get the mounting, I really do, but then again I don't understand why they didn't make a just quicker solution where you actually get maybe some pins here that are standing on springs, so you just click the, when you are going to mount the plow, you just click it in place and connect the servo and you're on the go. But no, we have the out screws, important, really important. And the stupid thing is that when you're mounting it, you can't actually get proper to, there isn't a hole. So if you have this front bumper from eBay, it cost, I think it cost about $7, $7 or $8, something like that. But if you have this one, you need to drill 2 new holes, because there is some, I think it's called adjustment holes, because you have 2 mounting holes for the Traxxas and the ones for the axial. And the ones for the axial you can actually move a bit in and out. Not much, but only a couple of millimeters, but there is adjustment because some of the bumper holders on the axials, I've noticed that they have different spacing between the pins that you actually look in. Yeah. So yeah, and the biggest issue I actually had with this car when I was building it was if you're running the stock servo arm in plastic, you can't mount the you can actually not mount the servo up in the frame like I did. Simply because when you're turning it, it will flex out, so when at full lock you won't be able to turn it back. Really annoying, but yeah, metal servo arm and spacing out the arm for the steering and everything, and that went really well. Then I actually got clearance enough so I still have a bit, you see here, when you try and turn the car. So the only thing is now I'm gonna get some longer screws and I'm gonna get away this. Because when I'm lifting car max, it wants to turn. And putting it down, and if you see on, yeah, you see. So that problem we're going to fix. Another issue I had was, yeah, I know it sounds so rough, but that's the price of running everything in metal. And yeah, and the only issue I have now is here, this one. I have the proper I don't remember the name in English, the ball joints for these links. I was messing around with yeah, with the length of the links because I wanted it to fit the bumper and the fender properly, especially when, see, I'm still a bit off, but see, when it flexes, it looks much better. Before it was way over here, so I changed out the heads and everything, tried everything I could to shorten the links down. When, yeah, it was a real hassle. And if people have any tips or anything, yeah, please do write. I'm really happy to know. A lot of people have been asking me, why do you run with 4 spares? And I'm thinking, why not? If there is space, why not? These are metal bead locks, the same as I have here, non-ventilated bead locks, by the way. I really actually do like these wheels. They weigh about, I think, 100 or 105 grams each, so you get a lot of, I have the biggest stock foam in these tires. And the foam is meant for 110 millimeters to 120, and even with, this is just by the weight of the car, it's sitting down on the foam, and you see it's not that much in back, but that's because it's way lighter in the back. But yeah, when I lifted the car before without all the spares, it was really off balance. And you can see I can lift it pretty straight up and more or less balance it in my hand. It's not tipping too much. I'm just holding it barely with 2 fingers. So yeah, and I like to do things a bit different. see a lot of people, they do really great builds with both weathering and everything. I am going to start weathering the next body when I get it, but yeah, everything takes time, everything costs. I just recently fixed my other RC car. So this baby is going out for testing today. I broke first I broke the diff in the back. Yeah, then I basically stripped the gear in the transmission because I didn't notice that one of the holes in the bevel gear for the diff. The new diff, the hole in the bevel gear was smaller than the locking axle you're putting it onto. So when you put the transmission and differential everything back together, it was actually locking the drive shaft and everything. So it was locked in, how should you say, locked under pressure. So a lot of bad noises and yeah, stupid me thinking that maybe if I turn around, because I've noticed that I mounted one of the bearings wrong way, and I figured, fuck that. That's what doing it. Yeah. So I mounted everything together. It was running a bit more smoothly, and I figured, yeah, this is gonna work. And then I did. Then I stripped the gear. I can see if I can get to it, so we can show you real quick. Then I stripped this gear, and this gear you cannot get bought by itself. You need to buy it as kit, so then you get this one, this over here, and that one. So what I did was, I know that the pinion here is 48 pitch. I have a lot of pinions with 48 pitch. The drive shaft that these two sits on is 4mm. So what I did was just mill out the pinion from 3.5 to 4. And I put it on, and the result was metal dust. So I could actually run the car, no issue. But I figured, no, I don't like the heat, I don't. And then I bought a new gear set. If you can see, it's already starting to wear. But that's my mistake, because when I mounted this back together, I forgot to tighten up the gear mesh. So I tested it on the floor, and it's running great, and I gave full throttle one time, and you know that scary feeling when you just hear wing and no movement, and I'm no shit. That's that part. Open, I see I've just stripped the outer edges, barely. So really lucky there. Just tighten the gear mesh and run it a few times to get away all the debris and dust. I'm going to clean the car today because I'm going to an indoor track. I've been using it outdoors the last time, so I need to clean it properly. Yeah, but this was basically about the crawler in the back. I'm really pleased with the build. Only thing is now, like, you see the height, how actually heavy how high it sits. I don't like that. Yeah, I like the clearance and everything, but I am going to be running bigger tires. These are 110 millimeters, so I am going to be running bigger tires soon. Going about to 120 or 130 on 19, I'm not sure, we'll see. These are going on a trailer that I'm thinking about building, and yeah, then we'll see. If I'm not gonna take these off and put them on something else, but yeah, we'll see. And then this one, what I was supposed to say just 2 seconds ago was what I have noticed about this one. I really love the design of these cars. I can't express that enough. I love the simpleness, how they are put up. They are really well instructed in manuals, everything. That's great. The only thing I don't understand is a friend of mine, he has the first gen FXXD, and I don't know why they changed the bottom plate. Why did you do that? Why? The reason I don't understand is because these plates are flimsy. They flex a lot. With full throttle on this motor setup, if you're holding the car in your hands, even though with all the bracings and everything that is in the stock frame, it flexes here. So why would you make it? I get it because of the steering angle, but still you can have a so much wider base plate, if you want to call it that, but bottom plate, and have much more strength, and also in the front here you can put it much more wider because you actually have the insane steering angle. So you could make a much wider plate, but I don't get it. Why? Yeah, this is just me complaining about things. So I am going out to a friend of mine, and we're gonna borrow his bottom plate because he has a spare one, and we're gonna measure it up with all the holes and find the exact difference, because people have told me that there is difference here with the steering rack. I don't know, I haven't measured. I've looked at all the pictures. It does look a bit different, but anyway, that we're gonna change. The biggest point of borrowing his plate is that we're gonna measure up, because these are the mounting points for the battery plate. And I've tried his car compared to mine, even with a shorty battery in this car. The old stock one with the battery running forwards, way more control, because you get the weight centered in the car. Now you spread it out onto the wheels, so yeah. And we're gonna figure out where the mounts for the EC is, and because that also I don't understand. Why would MST give you a plate, bottom plate for the kit version, that has all the mounting points for running, no, not the mounting points, but all the mounting parts for running the battery forwards, but as you see, there's no holes. And the servo on this, I know for a fact that on the stock FXX the servo is sitting further down here, so that I need to move also. So I don't get it. I get the design, I get that they are going to make it more compact, and yeah, with the servo mounted here and the EC mounted here, you get the weight more center here, same as you would with the battery this way. So yeah, as far as that, I get it. But yeah, I no, still don't get it. But that's just my opinion. Okay. Besides that, awesome design. I love this kit. It took me not even a day to build it. Soaked all the bearings in oil, started building everything else, then started to mount bearings and spurs and yeah, drive shaft, everything. Really easy build. This one, this took me a long time to build, but anyway, that was really fun. Like I said, I am talking to people in Asia that are making these. I don't know who they work for. I'm gonna find it out. And if I get them to 3D print this part for me, I am going to put in a link and let people know where they can get it. The fuel cell and how should you say, fuse box, relay box, we're gonna make I'm getting my friend to make it so that it will look like about, I think about this wide. So it's gonna fit in the frame and on a kind of wall here. So you can notice when I open here, it's still open. So we're gonna make a wall that will come down here, and the fuel cell will be mounted here, and the relay boxes and everything will be mounted maybe with an angle here, we think. We're not sure. So yeah, because I like to have my trucks waterproof. So yeah, but like I said, hard to run it in water because that was my plan. And I used to have my EC mounted here between the body posts, and figuring that was high enough, and then I nosedived straight into a wood pound. Yeah, so we'll see now how it does water. It's basically almost up in the roof now, so should have clearance. So as you can see, this is, yeah, I think we got clearance. So I can basically soak it. So waterproof, servo, battery. So I'm really hoping to get the ESC and everything enclosed, but all in due time. So no, I'm not advertising. It's just what I like to drink. So I had my cups of coffee, so no more. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, keep RCing fun. If you're wondering about anything, do ask. Just yeah, pretty much answer everything as long as I can. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. See you.